Howdy, yo. Cards and Sean here tonight. Uh, Coming to talk to you guys about the aftermath of the Destined Rivals release weekend. Gonna check up on prices, see how things are looking on the market right now. Granted, it's only been a few days, but we'll see how much the ETBs have fallen. As you can see, I already got eBay open, and let's go ahead and get to the video. So, as you know, Destined Rivals was released on Friday, May the 30th. As you know, it was very hectic. People lining up at GameStops, Targets, Best Buys, any big retailers that had Destined Rivals on release day. Um, I was aware that Target, well, not all Targets, but some Targets did release the product early. So some people were getting Destined Rivals around midweek, usually around Tuesday to Wednesday, going on to the release day, which was Friday. And as soon as that was the case, I saw on Facebook Marketplace people selling those ETPs for upwards to about $100 to $110. But now that the weekend's done, the whole craze has gone over, the new week has started. They seem to have gone down quite a bit. So you see on eBay right here, we got a few selling for about $82.99, $6. Oh, pardon me. $6.53 with shipping. $91 here, $85 here, $85, 85. So most of these sellers, you're now looking upwards to around maybe 92 to about $95. A couple here for about almost 100 after taxes and all that. So yeah, most people are selling the CTB for about just slightly under $100, considering most people on pre-order were paying 150 to $200 just for the ETB. Now the booster box, I know some people were paying up to about 300 to 350. Let's go ahead and check on that right now actually. Let's see. Booster box. There's booster bundles, 65, 65, 65. Yeah, retail price they go for about $28 or I guess $30 now since just about everybody has been up on their price on TCG products. So let's just say $30 and we got sellers here at 65, 65. Plus a delivery fee and taxes, you're looking at around $70. Oh, here we go. Some booster box displays here. One for 270, 250, 270. So it looks like these have dropped quite a bit because I think some were selling for about 300, so they have been dropping slightly, not much. I'd say about a good 15% drop, 20% drop. So it isn't much of a drop considering how it's only been 3 days so far since it's released, so it's still gonna be kind of pricey. But yeah, no, looks like it's just steadily going down. People are still kind of hype, but not too much. A lot of cards have been open, so I know for a fact that single prices definitely took a pretty big hit after day one. So like if I recall, the Mewtwo SAR was going for about between $500 to $700, and I think it fell down to like 400 now. So let's hop on over to the TCG player and see how the singles are doing for Distant Rivals. Oh wow, yeah, no, they've dropped quite a bit. As you can see, Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX down to 290, just slightly under $300. Market price I think 330. Cynthia's Garchomp, I know. Pardon and pause. Kind of tired today, yo. But Cynthia's Garchomp was headed for about 300 or about 250 is what I saw most prices on day one. Now it's dropped down to slightly under 200. I could say the same thing for Ethan's Ho-Oh. Prices up to 300, 250. Now it's dropped down 150, so that's quite the drop. Team Rocket's Moltres, I thought this card was actually going to be probably the second best card in the set. And, you know, personally, that would be my case. Best one obviously is Cynthia's Garchomp, just so colorful, a lot of things going on in this artwork and all that. I got one of the promos. This is the one that came with the Pokemon Center orders. I know some people have been buying a lot of random things that Pokemon just can't get off the shelves. So they're including this promo card here, and the fact that this is going for $140 is kind of nuts, not gonna lie. Oh no, it's a pre-release staff, I'm sorry. Didn't read the little staff part right here. Another one staff card right here, Mimikyu. Love that card. I always love how every time Mimikyu attacks, he's got that little shine in his eyes. Crazy little guy. But yeah, some of the IRs here, they started at about 120, 150, Team Rocket Zeta King. Down to $83, market price saying 90, but I have seen sales at about 120, 150-ish. Uh, Another pre-release stuff. Here we go. Rocket's Crobat, another pretty cool SIR. Really showing the beauty of these cards here, as you can see. A lot of full arts, a lot of gold bats and Zubats in the background. The Team Rocket Grunt right there. So as you see, some sales at about 160, 168. Now that we've been a few days, literally sales at $80. So this is literally that's dropped quite a bit, about 50%, 53% drop. It's kind of nuts on this one. Considering it's actually a really nice SIR too. Yeah, let's check Giovanni's Mewtwo. Yeah, look. Sales 390. I know there was bigger sales, but those were definitely not how do you say um I can't get the word up at the tip of my tongue. Recorded, I guess. Yeah, the sales weren't recorded yet, so I know I have seen sales at around 500 to 600 just before release date, because I know some pre-release events you were able to get Destined Rivals early. So yeah, that's the case for this one. So it's quite the drop. So let's just take a TCG price all the way up to now. We've seen a 15% decrease, which shouldn't be much, but honestly, this is more than that. It's easily a 60, 70% decrease in its original value when it was selling for. Cynthia's Garchomp as well has fallen quite a bit. I just really love this card. Just Garchomp in the front line right there, and Cynthia giving out orders in the back, out in the stadium here, and her right there on the projector so everyone can see her. It's such a cool card. That's definitely one of my personal chases here. All right, let's go back to pricing. I've seen sales of 250, so I know these prices are still pretty new to TCG. So already down to about 190, so definitely quite a drop as well. I'd say more of a 20% drop, so it's staying pretty steady so far. So not too bad. I would love to go through all these illustration wares one by one, but we have to get through this video, so you can see. Oh, I already had these pulled up. I'm sorry. Ethan Sowell actually has stayed pretty consistent. Seen a few sales, just under 200. Oh, 27. But this was usually the original starting price so far when Ethan Sowell came out. But yeah, no, overall, these prices have been going steadily down. They're not too bad. The arts are beautiful on these cards. I really do love them. Wish I could have gotten my hands on some more Destined Rivals, but I was just only able to get an ETB and a 3-plague blister, which I only opened the blister because I just wanted to save the ETB for my personal seal collection. I did end up pulling the Ethan's Typhlosion illustration rare and the Zamazenta illustration rare, both beautiful illustration wares. So I was very happy to get that with only the $20 I spent on the 3-pack blister. Before you say anything, oh, packs are $5 each. Yes, I know, but I did go to GameStop after I got off work Friday night, and I stayed there for a few hours so I could at least get my hands on some Distant Rivals because I knew every other store was going to be cleared out as soon as I went there. So yeah, that's the case, and so far, this is it's been kind of wild, you know, all the videos I've seen popping up of people clearing out shelves of Destined Rivals and 151 or anything that's been restocked, either at Walmart, Target, or Meyer, whichever place that usually doesn't normally set limits on their product. Some Targets have implemented limits, but not all of them. So I know some people have been able to walk away with shopping carts full of TCG products, usually Pokemon or One Piece. They barely ever touch the Yu-Gi-Oh though and the Lorcana, but hell, because apparently for them there's no money in that. Even though I have seen some crazy prices for some Yu-Gi-Oh cards and some Lorcana cards, but they're not interested in those. They're just interested in what's popular, which is honestly fair because considering there's a reason why Pokemon has stayed the largest um, gross medium to date. I think the largest selling medium to date for the past almost 30 years. So yeah, no. Pokemon has definitely earned the title of being one of the longest lasting TCGs out there next to Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. So, you know, they've earned their title. But it's just the hype right now is just absolutely insane. There's just people going nuts over everything. People buying from scalpers, bots going rampant on all the websites. As you know, Walmart did a drop of the ETBs last week on Wednesday, and it was just a disaster. But that will be saved for another video. So this video has already gone a little bit longer than I intended. So let me know what you guys think. You know, just feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think on the new Destined Rivals set from Pokemon. The last mainline set, might I add. So, as you know, we got Black Bolt and White Flare in about a month and a half from now. And that will be the final specialty set for the Scarlet and Violet era. And then we go on to the Megas. So, like I said, you know, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment. I'll respond to any the comments that you may wish to leave or any questions you want to ask. I love discussing about these kinds of things. So, this Cars and Shine. Looking for the next story that's brewing out there. Y'all have a good night.